The matte has a very nice touch to it, but so does the glossy as well. It is a tough decision, guys. In this video, I'm gonna try my best to help you figure out which model O you should pick up. Let's get into it. Alright, so hey, what's up guys? How you doing? My name is Robin and welcome to the channel. With me today, I got two mice, one with a so-called matte coating, that is the white one, and the black one has this glossy, you know, blank finish if you like. And this one is simple really, but one is sticky and the other is not. Now, if you're not a fan of sticky mice, I'm going to make it simple for you. If you cannot decide between these two, you wanna pick the matte finish, and yeah, that's it, you're done. You can quit watching this video now because the rest of this video is not going to add much more for you. Now, if you're on the other hand, you're not fully sure whether you like this type of surface or not, I recommend you to keep watching. You might wanna stick around because I did not honestly think I was going to say this. I kinda dig the blank surface now, and I actually changed my mind completely, and I'm gonna try and explain why. This is my experience after spending about 10 days switching back and forth blank or glossy versus matte surface. Let's get into it. Now, if you haven't watched the R58 Ninja versus Model O or my other video where I covered, you know, the parts of the unboxing of the Model O and some of the, you know, first impressions and whatnot, I highly recommend looking at those videos as well if you want to dive into the differences and the small and the nitty-gritty stuff with this mouse specifically. Now, in terms of shape, we know that it is the exact same mouse, right? So the shape is going to be the exact same, but here's the thing here, the coating makes the mouse feel so much different in the hand in the end. And in cases you're not fully sure what you should pick, I definitely suggest first and foremost you take this serious, because I'm going to be honest here guys, although they look the same, has the same shape and everything, the feeling that I'm getting after spending hours of gaming with this is completely different, although they look the same. And it's such a weird feeling because you would assume that, yeah, the experience would be somewhat the same, but weirdly enough, yeah, it's not. And so for the last 10 days or so, I've decided to do a test here, and during this 10-day period, I've been jumping back and forth between them every few hours or so to really spend as much time as possible with both, and not just for pure gaming alone, but literally every activity possible. And believe it or not, but I'm actually spending quite a lot of hours editing and working in Photoshop and making thumbnails and editing videos for you guys. And during this time, I've been switching back and forth, and I gotta say, Model O is such a beauty to edit on. But anyway, let's start by talking about the obvious differences between these two. I'm not sure if you can actually see this, but main two buttons are actually a bit loose. And you can actually feel this quite noticeably. Once you start getting that sticky feeling, you can actually notice this. You don't even have to actually press the buttons in order to actually feel it. That is not the case on the matte model. I should also say that although it is irritating, for me it's not a deal breaker. Now, I don't know if this is a problem that every mouse out there is facing, but hearing what some of you guys have told me, it seems like I am not alone here. Now, this is a problem that I've only noticed on the glossy unit. Now, if price is a concern, let's get that out of the way right away, because there is a price difference here. Now, while the different colors doesn't add anything to the price tag, the coating does, and so the matte models comes in at $49.99, while the glossy is $10 more and comes in at $59.99. And so if you're on a tight budget, that might be worth having in mind, right? There is also this slight weight difference. Are you sitting down? The glossy is 1 gram heavier. Now, blindfolded, I was unable to notice a 10-gram weight difference when I did a video on the R58 versus Model O. The Model O is 10 grams heavier, give or take, and I couldn't notice the difference. In this case, we're talking 1 gram weight difference, and so even if you're picky when it comes to weight, you should not be able to tell the weight difference here. But again, you should know that there is a weight difference at least. When I first did the unboxing on Model O, the matte finish kind of felt like any other ordinary mouse, so to speak, because of the matte surface, right? 90 to maybe even 95% of all mice available have this matte surface, and it didn't really feel like it was something I needed to adapt to, and I was already very comfortable with this kind of surface. And if that is the same case with you, that you're feeling very comfortable with matte finish, so to speak, or matte surface, and you're not sure if you want to take the leap, you want to gamble, and you want to go for something completely different, then I'd say you definitely maybe should stick to matte finish, because it's not like it's going to disappoint you. But try and hear me out here. Here's the deal with Glossy. In my opinion, this has a very interesting and sticky feeling to it, and at first it felt a bit obnoxious, I'm not going to lie. That was also kind of my concern going into this, and yeah, kind of the reason why I decided to order the matte finish first and foremost, as I was extremely skeptical at first. But hear me out here, the sticky feeling has grew on me on these 10 days, and right now I am willing to say hands down that I wish I hadn't been this skeptical, cause man, there is something about this grip that makes me wanna come back to it time and time again. So after been spending a few days playing back and forth, I'm willing to almost rate the glossy finish higher than the matte actually, because of 2 or perhaps 3 reasons. The first one is the grip, obviously. I mean, the level of control you have with this type of mouse is insane by itself. The shape is amazing, or as I would say in Swedish, so jävla spot on. Anyway, what the glossy finish is adding is a level of grip you simply won't get with the matte finish, and because the surface is so sticky, it almost sticks to my palm, and I'm able to lift the whole mouse without so much effort at all. It's like a small face hugger. You're once in a while trying, you try and whip it off, but it somehow keeps sticking. It's super weird feeling. I don't know how to put it, guys. Honestly. Now, something to point out that yes, it does get hotter than the matte finish, and the glossy finish has a tendency of absorbing more area of my hand, so to speak, and when my skin sticks to the surface, it definitely gets hot. Don't get me wrong, because there is less breathing room in between, but it's not like mine is getting sweaty even after hours of use. And much of this is thanks to all the holes, I believe. In fact, without the honeycomb, my palm would definitely have gotten a lot hotter, and that is the case with the MX518, for example, from Logitech, who has a solid glossy top, as you can see. But that is not the case here. Since we have so many holes, we're also getting a lot of air. It makes sense, right? And I really dig that. Something to also keep in mind that yes, this mouse is not dust proof, and you will notice that you gonna have to swab this a lot more, because dust and other type of dirt will stick to the surface much more easily, but I'm honestly willing to accept that. Now, the bottom line is, if you're afraid that this slippery looking surface is going to get slippery and hot, you're not alone. I thought so too, but I'm telling you, that is not the case for me, at least. It's kind of the opposite, ironically enough. I feel like I've spent more time focusing on the glossy finish here, guys, but part of that is that most mice these days have the similar matte finish, right? And therefore you kind of know what you're getting with that one. Now, if you still aren't sure whether you want to pick up the glossy or not, I kind of recommend you pick up both. I don't think it's a bad idea. They aren't that pricey either, and by doing so, you're gonna be getting the best of both worlds anyway, right? Now, if you are a bit adventurous and you're looking for the best grip possible, hey, you're gonna love the glossy coating. That's it. Guys, I'm curious, what is your preferred coating on a mouse? Is it matte or is it glossy? Let me know in the comments. I thought I was a matte guy, but I kind of changed my mind lately. Anyway, I'm going to be back with a brand new video in just a few days time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until then, have an awesome day, right? I think about it every now and then, spread my wings and I fly away. Woo! I believe I can fly.